Welcome into halftime of the Buffalo Bills and New York Jets game. The Buffalo Bills are up on the Jets 20-3 at halftime. What an awesome first half from the Buffalo Bills. I know it's probably not the most exciting game you would possibly imagine, but in terms of what the Bills have done compared to last week and adding a lot of stress to me, I think it's a much better performance. You saw the Bills go down the field, 2 rushing touchdowns from James Cook, and some big stops from the Buffalo Bills as well. I want to get into the scores from around the NFL in a couple of seconds, but I want to break down this game a little bit. We'll go with the scoring summary of the game. It was kicked off by James Cook, a 1-yard rushing touchdown, taking about half of the time off of the clock in the first half of that game. The first quarter of the game. Then we saw Matt Prater have a 28-yard field goal after the ball was turned over on the Justin Fields fumble, making it 10-0 Buffalo. Matt Prater made a 52-yard field goal after that on an excellent kick by him, making it 13-0 Buffalo. Then we saw the Bills offense start to get going a little bit. You saw the passing game get going, and then it was James Cook coming in with a 44-yard touchdown run. Matt Prater making the extra point, making it 20-0. Then Nick Folk making a 51-yard field goal for the New York Jets and making it a 20-3 game at halftime. Total yards in this game, Buffalo with 247, New York Jets 78. Total passing yards, 101 for the Bills, 15 for the Jets. 146 rushing yards for the Bills, 63 for the Jets. Average yards per play, which is a great category here. Buffalo at 6.5 yards per play. The New York Jets at 3.4. First downs in the game, 14 for the Bills, 5 for the Jets. The third down efficiency, which is a great category here for the Bills. Defense, what they have done. The New York Jets are 0-5 on third down. And this is the huge category for me because Buffalo, over the last couple of games, has struggled to get off the field on third downs. This is a game where we saw the Bills get off the field on third down, which is incredible. The Bills 3 of 7 on third down, and then 1 of 1 on fourth down, with the Jets not going for it on fourth down yet. Total offensive plays, 38 for the Bills, 28 for the Jets. The sacks allowed in the game, 1 sack, 1 punt for the Bills, 4 for the Jets. Total penalties, which is starting to add up for Buffalo, 4 penalties for 42 yards, 3 for 25 for the Jets. And then the time of possession battle. The Bills are winning the time of possession battle with 18 minutes and 20 seconds of the clock, and the Bills getting the ball to start the second half to add more time onto there, with the Jets having 11 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Let's go over to the player stats for both teams. For the Bills, Josh Allen, 8 of 16, 70 yards in the first half. Not the best numbers, which would probably be good numbers if you're a Jets fan for Josh Allen. But the Bills are up by 17 points, with James Cook leading the way with 10 carries for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game. Then in terms of the leading receiver for the Bills in this game, it is Joshua Palmer leading the way with 1 catch for 32 yards. Keon Coleman having 3 catches for 26 yards. On defense, the leading tackler in the game is Taylor Rapp, who's having a great game. And then look at the new face from the Buffalo Bills. I should say the new familiar face of the Buffalo Bills. Tre'Davious White coming in, 3 tackles on the day so far. And then the sack in this game for the Buffalo Bills was Greg Rousseau, as well as Zion Lowe getting credited for the sack on Justin Fields. So good numbers there for the Bills. And then I want to bring up the special teams unit for the Buffalo Bills because it is a new special teams unit this season. We saw Matt Prater make both of his kicks, the long of 52 yards, and then the other kick that he made. Then we saw the new punter for the Buffalo Bills in Cameron Johnston come in, making a 35-yard punt and having a good start to the day for him. For the New York Jets on their side of the ball, Justin Fields, 2 of 8 for 25 yards in this game. Fields is also the leading rusher in the game for the Jets, 5 carries for 49 yards. Breece Hall, 7 carries for 16 yards. This is exactly what Buffalo wanted from week 1 to week 2, not allowing Breece Hall to have any big plays. Garrett Wilson, the leading receiver for the Jets, 18 yards on 1 catch today. And then the leading tackler for the Jets is Tony Adams. And then the sack that was credited to Harrison Phillips, a familiar face with Buffalo, as well as Juwan Briggs, getting credited with that sack for the New York Jets. Want to see any comments coming in? None yet so far on YouTube or Facebook, but we do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's go over to the around the NFL real quick. I want to get into the scores from around the NFL here in the 1 o'clock games. Let's start off with the surprising ones. The New York Giants are up 13-10 at halftime against the Dallas Cowboys. This is a game that's not really surprising, but it's a little closer than I expected. The Ravens are up 10-3 on the Baltimore Ravens right now. And then in the AFC North, this is a game that's has a little bit of a surprise, unfortunate injury situation that's happening in the Cincinnati Bengals game. Joe Burrow was walked off the field and was taken to the locker room in the first half. He has not returned to the game. It does appear to be a leg injury for Joe Burrow. We'll see if we can get an update later on after the post-game show, but we wish all the best to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hopefully he can get well soon. AFC East news, the Patriots are up by 1 on the that actually has changed after a field goal by the Dolphins, making it 17-15 at half or in the third quarter now. The ball going to be turned over to the New England Patriots. We'll see if they can go down the field. The Rams trailing the Titans right now, 13-10 at halftime. That's a little bit of a surprise there. The Steelers are ahead of the Seahawks 14-7. And then we saw the Thursday night football game, the Packers defeating the Commanders 27-18 at the Green Bay game, where you saw Micah Parsons have a very nice game for them. And we saw the chants that were happening after the game. Looking forward to the 4 o'clock games for the NFL. The Broncos and Colts will play in Indianapolis. Then the Panthers and Cardinals, the rematch of the Super Bowl last year, the Eagles and Chiefs. That'll be an interesting matchup. We'll see if the Chiefs can get revenge, or will the Eagles show that their defense and their offense were the reasons why they won that game. Then looking forward to the late game tonight, the Falcons and Vikings at 8:20. And we have 2 Monday Night Football games this week, which is great to see. The Bucks and my brother-in-law's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, traveling to the Houston to take on the Texans, followed by the Chargers and Raiders game and an AFC West matchup. So we'll see what happens there. Good things from the Buffalo Bills in the first half. Really liked what I saw from the defense. Much better performance from them. We saw some good plays from Joey Bosa as well as the rest of the defense. I want to see a little bit more from the passing game on offense of the Buffalo Bills, though, doing a better job of making sure that they have some stops. Have some yards of separation here. We saw with the one play that Mitch Trubisky came into the game for Buffalo, having a 32-yard throw that he made. But I feel like Josh is a little bit tense in terms of reading the field and not doing the best job of that. But we'll see what happens in the second half as the game goes on. But I think that you're going to see a much better second half from the Buffalo Bills. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on all our social media platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But you can also find us on our website, gobillspodcast.com, where you can find all of our upcoming shows that we'll be doing throughout the years, and as well as any updates on your Buffalo Bills throughout the week. We will be back again for our post-game show that'll be immediately following the conclusion of the Buffalo Bills game. And I do see a couple comments coming in My father coming in saying, "Go Bills, no letdown game." Absolutely. As well as Quick Cut Creations coming in saying, "Go Bills." Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. But we will see you after the conclusion of the post game of the Buffalo Bills. Don't forget to keep the notification bells open so you never miss a moment that's happening from the Buffalo Bills as well as Go Bills podcast. We'll see you after the game. Stay loud, stay proud, and as always, Go Bills.